How are we doing, everybody? I do believe that we are live. A little bit late, 2 minutes. Martin Murphy. I did say 30 seconds. I said 30 seconds A, actually. But still, I'm here. I had to clean my glasses, have a little pee. If that's allowed, if you don't mind. But still, thank you all for being here. Hold on. Oh, we have an echo situation. 2 minutes. We'll get rid of that. There we go. There we go. So, what is going on? Lots of big fight announcements. If you're a UFC fan, these last few pay-per-views of the year, they are fantastic. I'm very excited for them, obviously. Yesterday, we had the big news from Dana White. UFC 294 is around the corner, but UFC 295, Jones versus Stipe, that is official. Co-main event, Alex Pereira, Jiří Procházka for the light heavyweight belt. That is official. That's insane. And obviously, end of the year, Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. That is confirmed. So, as I say, and also Moreno, Alejandra Pantoja going up against, who's going up against? Brandon Royval. That is confirmed. So, a lot of title fights on the line and a great end to the year if you're a mixed martial arts fan. So, first of all, before we get into any of that stuff, we'll answer a few of your questions. Thank you all for being here. Thursday afternoon for me, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Not sure where in the world you are. Volume's a little low. We'll turn your goddamn thing up, Jacob. Yeah, bell end. It does look a bit low, to be fair. On the volume control. There we go. Probably too loud now. There you go. Well, I'm up. If anything, I'm too loud. Will Wayne Kerr make his debut this year? He's saying he signed his debut in May. No fight announcement yet. Yeah, Wayne Kerr, he's got to get serious. He's always playing around, messing about, doing things he shouldn't be doing. Wayne Kerr, he's not dedicated. He's not hard enough. He flopped in his last debut. Anyway, mic's a bit low. No, it's not. No, it's not on mine. It's redlining according to the little graphic-y thing. I'll turn you up another touch, and then you'll be going, it's so loud. Anyway, yeah, a bit quiet. Anyway, so let's have a look. Bisping, shout out. Lawton, Oklahoma. Cooper Lee, there you go. Bisping, can you give a shout out to Gracie from Rotherham? Shout out Gracie. Bit more excited about the Bones versus Stipe. Yeah, so which fight out of all of those, and we see right here, Ants got ahead of this question. What fight are you excited about the most? Leon versus Colby or JIRI versus Alex? 55% JIRI versus Alex. Listen, I'm excited to see the only British champion back in action, defending the belt once again against Colby. I think the lead up to that's going to be tremendous. And it's going to be a great fight. I probably favour Leon because he looked so good against Kamaru last time. You were too loud. But in terms of a stylistic matchup, JIRI versus Pereira, man, what a fight that is going to be, because they're both wild, explosive, entertaining strikers. I'm probably leaning towards Jiří Procházka in that one, simply because Pereira, when he went up against Jan Blachowicz, granted, it was in Utah, Salt Lake City, didn't look the best, but he beat Jan Blachowicz. Okay, maybe it was the altitude, because both guys, neither looked the best. Baby, you turn the air conditioning on, sweetheart. I'm really, really hot. Really hot. Rebecca, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you never answered. She's sitting right there. You don't know this. My wife's right there. I said, babe, can you put the air conditioning on? Nothing. No answer whatsoever. Jared Barton says, Bisping, why was Jack Me Off the only winner who Dana didn't want to give a contract to last week? Jack Me Off, he doesn't stay in his own personal space, does he? Michael Dimitrov says, you're so cool, Bisping. I fought you many times in a video game. Well, I hope we did well. Anyway, shall we have a look at some of these fight cards? I'll just answer a few of your questions. You would think Islam will go up to challenge Leon after taking care of Oliveira. He probably will, to be fair. He probably will. I think if Islam beats Charles again, which we probably favour him to do that, the way he took Charles out the first time was very impressive. So you got to think that they may repeat itself. History may repeat itself. If he does that, I think one more defense, and then he's definitely got a shot at going up to welterweight. So that would be incredible. Hold on, did you see the fight announced between Dicks in your mouth and Harry Sack? Dicks in your mouth. That's a good one, to be fair. Dicks in your mouth and Harry Sack. Can you shout out Lacey, please? Hi, Lacey. Oh, that's your Lacey. I thought it was your kid. Can you shout out Lacey, please? Would make a day. Massive fans. It's the Ultimate Fighter. Oh, it is. I see a screenshot. Hi, Lacey. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Wherever you are in the God damn. Oh, I shouldn't swear. I'm not swearing. Don't say damn, Lacey. Okay? Right. So, which newly confirmed fight are we excited about? We did that one, so we're going to end this poll. I love both JIRI and Pereira. If either one gets knocked out, I'll be pissed and sad. But I think you're going to be pissed, and I think you're going to be sad, because one of those guys is going to sleep. It's just a stylistic matchup. The way that them two fight, I mean, that's just the way that they fight. They bring it. I mean, let's have a look at the card. Look at the card here. I mean, shaping up already, man. Look at that. John Jones versus Stipe. Pereira, Procházka, Mackenzie Dern, Jessica Andrade. That's a good fight. Mackenzie Dern was so violent last time out against Angela Hill. I mean, she looked really good. And as we know, Jessica Andrade, she is a little violent piece of work as well. Matt Schnell, you know, to be fair, the name value's dropping a bit now. Joshua Van. But listen, they were just rounding out the card. So that's a good one. UFC 296, not much on there. But the main and the co-main, 2 title fights to round out the year. Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. The one name that we don't see on there, and to be fair, there's a lot of names we don't see. There's only 2 fights announced there. No Conor McGregor. That was the one that we were all hoping for. I think all of Conor's legions of fans and legions of haters probably still wanted to see him fight. That's the way it works, isn't it? Even if people, as long as they show emotion. Love you, hate you, you know, the love, want to see you win, get back to winning ways, and they all can all, you know, blow his trumpet. And then the haters, they tune in because they want to see you lose. They want to see you get knocked out, want to see you get humbled. But McGregor's not on there, of course. You know, he came out a bit ago and said, they're taking away my livelihood. Oh, I don't think you're struggling, mate. I don't think you're struggling. But still, when's he going to fight again? I will say UFC 300. Is he back in the USADA testing pool? I hope so. Shout out Jason Daly, McFlurry. Do I think Khabib will be in his corner this time just to make sure nothing goes wrong in the 5th round? I don't know. I think Khabib said the reason he wasn't in the corner last time is because he's just sick of all the traveling. He wants to be at home, spend time with his mother in Mahachkala, Dagestan. So, who knows? I don't know what Khabib's doing. You know what I mean? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Right. Yam Yam's Moving Talkies says, if you could go back and restart your martial arts career, what would you change, if any? Also, could you say, welcome to Yam Yam's Talking Movies? No, welcome to Yam Yam's Moving Talkies. There you go, buddy. What would I change? I would start off doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was a kid, not doing Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. I would also start wrestling as a kid. Wrestling is so important. We know it's a fundamental part of mixed martial arts. Rebecca, we've got a member for 14 months. Woo, she says. Awesomely Autistic says, when will the tickets for Tales from the Octagon go on sale? We'll talk about that in just a second, brother. What was I talking about there? What was I talking about? Oh, whatever. My mind is gone. My pets' heads are falling. Oh, yeah. Wrestling. I'd start wrestling. I'd do a lot more grappling and stuff like that. Hey, but it worked out, didn't it? Anthony Richard Jones says, I love you, Mike Bisping. Thank you very much. I got that Cali Peng. I don't know what that means. Is this the Scousers Anonymous meeting? What are you talking about? Anyway, should we talk about some fights? Shall we? Mike, I think Stipe finishes John Jones. All right, well, that's a good conversation point. Let's talk about that. Will Stipe Miocic finish John Jones? Well, Daniel Cormier was talking about this recently, and I think he came up with a good point. He thinks it's going to be a tough fight for both men. Of course it will be. I think DC's basing that on the fact, of course, and rightly so, that he fought John twice and got beaten twice. First one was a close fight, second one, you know, picograms, whatever you want to call it, but he did get finished. He fought Stipe 3 times. First time knocked him out, second time lost via the body shots, and the third one was a decision. Very, very close competitive fight. So I think because of that, DC's saying, of course, it's going to be a close fight. And he said he will be shocked if either man makes it look easy. And I see that logic, I understand it, and it's not a bad yardstick. I mean, obviously, MMA math doesn't stack up. But I think he kind of does a little bit here in that regard. I do think that. So Jon Jones, this is going to be his first fight at heavyweight. I know he beat Cyril Gane. But just stylistically in the way that went down, it was a fight, but he made very short work. So it wasn't a fight. He wasn't pushed. He wasn't tested. He didn't have to wheel out the cardio of a 250-pound man. Excuse me, because, you know, we're all wondering, how will he be with all that extra weight? Will he be... will he be just as fast? The greatest king of Rome is Bisping, the dynasty of Caesar. This is going to blow your mind. Danny Mitchell, UFC fighter, the cheesecake assassin, used to be in the UFC. He did a degree in genealogy, and he sent me a bunch of messages. He says, your family history is insane, Mike. He said, I did some, family tree work on Paddy the Baddy and a few others, and I said, I know that you're called the Count and you've got a bit of I don't know, regal ancestry in my blood. So he thought, yeah, I'll do yours. And it blew his mind. According to him, not me, according to Danny Mitchell, the cheesecake assassin, the Emperor of Rome was my great uncle, and he's got all of it there. There you go. Hail Caesar, bow your head. Okay, I'm a fucking Roman emperor. I mean, come on, who would have thought it? Anyway, back to what we were talking about, Jon Jones. I don't think Jon has an easy time taking Stipe down. I don't think Stipe has an easy time taking Jon down. A lot of it will play out on the feet. I think Stipe probably hits harder, but has he still got what it takes at his age? I mean, because he's no spring chicken, is he? Let's have a little look-see-do-do. Stipe, how old is Stipe? He's got to be like 42, I think, something like that. Hold on. What is it? 41. He just went 41, but still, not exactly a young man, and I'm not being disrespectful. He's 41 years old, and he hasn't fought. He hasn't fought for a while. Let's just see. When was the last time Stipe fought? I think it was, 3 years ago? Was it who did he fight last? Was it Francis? Has he not fought? No, he beat. It was Francis Ngannou, yeah. 2021. So it'll be 2.5 years. So it's going to be interesting to see where Stipe is. Who do you guys think? Who wins, Stipe or Jon Jones? We do have the poll up there, and you guys have Jon Jones at 70%. All right, and the co-main event, Jiří Procházka. Anyway, let's just do a few things in the chat for just a second, because you guys make me laugh. And let me know, where are you in the world? King of Clitheroe, buddy, John Wing. Ngannou knocked him out last year. Sean said he's going to hold an open seminar somewhere in California. Any chance that I would come? Sean who? Sean O'Malley? Maybe at Rookie, you say? Sadly, the Rookie gym has just closed down, so he's no longer a thing. You know, end of an era. Oh, you goddamn clown says, I was the flukiest champion. Okay, all right. Ooh, yeah, people love to talk a little bit of shit. What were you the champion of? Leaving negative comments on YouTube? Why don't you do something productive with your life? I had the most wins in middleweight. I had the most wins in the entire history of the organization. At one point, I had the most main events. I'm in the Hall of fucking Fame. So, suck it, bro. Suck it. Right, Austin, Texas, Boston, Greece. Omar Ramadan, shout out to Greece. LA in college, from Orange County. Thank you very much. Bisping is 6 foot tall to be too competitive at 155 pounds. Are you talking about yourself? That's pretty tall, 155 pounds. I mean, North Korea, Pyongyang, coming at us live from Pyongyang. Are you there with Dylan Dennis? I know Dylan Dennis went out to Pyongyang to do his training camp to get away from the lawsuit stuff. Which is pretty funny, wasn't it? I mean, tell me what you think about that. What is Pereira going to do now, David Lynn? He's going to get another gym, mate. He's got some things in the works. Talk about Dylan Dennis in a minute. Adrian Acosta says, Michael, we need to meet next year, International Fight Week, and tip a few pints. Come find me, bro. Come find me. Bisping, come on, brother. I'm from sunny Bolton. Big shout out, Mum Rose, Dan Green. Brrr, stick up DJ Mikey B. Shout out to all the Mum Rose crew. Dylan's a funny guy. I don't know if Dylan is a funny guy, but he's been funny promoting this fight with Logan Paul. I couldn't give a shit who wins this fight. Do we anyone care? But I will say that Logan's done a good job of making me kind of interested. Who's this? Oh, God, I lost it. Power Slap 5. Let's go. Next month, October something, I will be there. So, what was I going to talk about? Oh, Tales from the Octagon. Big announcement coming up. Tickets go on sale next week. Tales from the Octagon 2. So if you're in Manchester or London, we're coming your way. Special guests, of course. Joining me on stage will be the one and only, the great British Hope in the heavyweight division, Tom Aspinall. Also will be joining me on the stages, Paul Craig. Also, opening up the evening is the hilarious Dapper Laughs Daniel O'Reilly. Very, very funny comedian. He'll start us off. We'll come out. We'll take the piss. We'll have some fun. Tom's going to come out. Paul Craig's going to come out. It's going to be a fantastic night. Indigo, O2 Arena, London. Thursday, I think the 14th, whatever. Tickets aren't on sale yet anyway. And then Saturday night at the Apollo. Last time, sold out crowds. It blew my mind. Incredible. So yeah, how much are tickets? I don't know, mate. They're not on sale yet, and I honestly don't know. But I will be posting the shit out of it. So, Paul Craig, get ready. We're in the house. I'll see you there. Anyway, so UFC 294. We'll go back to, Mike, tell your audience the beef with you and Dominic the Dominator Cruz. No beef with Dominic Cruz whatsoever. No beef. I mean, we do that a little bit, but Dominic's great. He's a highly opinionated guy. He's a very highly opinionated guy, and then fair play to him. So am I. So sometimes, we do that a little bit, but it's all love. I love Dominic. I think he's fantastic. Very good at what he does. Legendary MMA fighter. Nice guy. You know what I mean? He's great. I love Dominic. I really do. I have a lot of respect for him, and I enjoy his company. Honest opinion, this is from Wilson. He says, no bullshit. How does Cheeto versus Sugar go? I don't know, man. I don't know. And then Zach says as well, do you think Sugar versus Cheeto will be added to the December 2nd card? Ooh, I never thought of that one. Quite possibly. I'll tell you what, that's good for Leon Edwards. Good for Leon Edwards. It's good for Sugar as well. But how do I think the fight goes? Well, Sugar Sean O'Malley is incredible. He's a fantastic striker. So's Cheeto Vera. They're both really, really good. Obviously, Cheeto won the first one, kicked the leg, kicked the calf. I haven't watched the fight back recently. I did see that Sean O'Malley was saying, look, listen, I was piecing you up. I was all over you. I can't remember it. It was years ago now. I just remember the end. The nerve, kicking the calf, him going down, and then the elbows from Cheeto. He kind of went out for like a split second, I think. Or maybe I'm remembering that wrong. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it's going to be a close contested fight. Cheeto's no pussy, man. Cheeto fights hard, and he's got a crazy chin. And, of course, he's already beaten Sean, so that's going to give him a lot of confidence coming in. But I think Sean O'Malley, he's flying high with confidence. He just knocked out Aljamain Sterling for crying out bloody loud. So it's going to be a great fight. Honestly, I don't know who wins. I really don't know who wins that. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to pick. I'd have to go back and do my analysis, download the data, take a look at, the trends recently and what shots they're selecting. Spazzy says, do you think you'll be likely to commentate the New Zealand Auckland card next year? I have no idea, mate. It's a long way to go. I can just drive down to Vegas, or I can jump on a plane and fly to Auckland, New Zealand for the exact same amount of money. I'll go to the Apex, thank you. No, I'm joking. I do enjoy the traveling side of things. It gets a lot. It does get a bit much. I mean, I just did I was in Singapore, from there I went straight to Vegas. Then I was straight in Singapore, straight to Paris, came back straight to Vegas. I'll be in Vegas this weekend as well. But anyway, can I get Faraz Zahabi on my podcast? I wonder how we prepared George St. Pierre against you. I mean, do we really want Faraz Zahabi on the podcast? I'm sure he's great. I've got nothing against him. And I mean, George obviously trained with Faraz for that one, but did a lot of training with John Danaher as well, who's a tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. I think every time I move it in the chat, it moves too much, and then I'm going to do that. Bisping, would you rather have your eye back or a bigger dick? Come on. Since Rebecca has said how small it is in the past. Well, Daniel, it's just fine and dandy. Okay, don't you worry about me, son. You worry about yourself. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. I'm going to eat a 20 wing pack and light a spliff at the Colosseum in Rome. Well, enjoy. Who's that? Waddy. Enjoy. Rome, one of my favourite cities on planet Earth. What a place that is. Just unbelievable. Have I heard about the co-main event in China? I heard local star Aim Gi. Aim Gi. I mean, that's someone's trolling me there. Dickhead. I'm gay. He's fighting. Yeah. That's come out eventually. Do you know what I mean? I've been living a life of lies. You know, I'm married to Rebecca, but I'm gay. Thoughts on Colby Covington? I think Colby's great. I think Colby's fantastic. I think he's fantastic for the sport. I think he's a tremendous marketer. Hypes the shit out of all the fights. I think he makes it fun. I think he makes mixed martial arts a better place. And I think he'll give Leon a good test. I think when you look at Leon in that last fight against Kamaru Usman, based upon that, I'm leaning towards him. But it is kind of a different challenge because the way Colby fights, it's non-stop forward pressure, you know, chains together, takedown after takedown. Decent enough boxing to provide a threat. And, of course, that just sets up the takedown attempts. And it's the cardio. He's a cardio machine. And let's be honest, it's probably Colby's last shot at a title fight. I'm not sure how old he is off the top of my head. I can tell you right now, though. I can tell you right now because I've got the Wikipedia right in front of me. Let's have a look. Where is it? Oh, there it is, Colby. 35, but he's fought for the belt twice. Fought for the belt twice already. Loses it again. It's going to be hard. So the point I'm making is he's going to come into this one in the best shape. Leave no stone unturned. Really pushed his training camp to the next level, you know. Coming into the best version of myself. That's what everybody says. Caesar Hare is Michael Bisping. I am the sacred Roman Empire. Brian K, big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well, buddy. Michael, do you know why Germany is not an interesting place for a UFC event? Well, there was a UFC event in Germany. Cologne, was it? I was there. And the place was sold out. I'm just trying to think, why is it not an interesting place for a UFC event? I don't know. Is it popular in Germany? I'm not sure. I don't know if it is or if it isn't. Someone says, would I fight my podcast co-host, Anthony Smith, for £1 million? I'm pretty sure Anthony would fight me for £1 million, so the answer's got to be yes. We're going to throw down. Prime Bisping versus Deshaun Strickland. Now does it play out? Pow, 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 pow. I knew Michael Bisping takes the belt. Prime Bisping beats a lot of middleweights. I do. Do you know anything about Vitor Belfort's missing sister? No, I don't. And it's a shame. Vitor Belfort's not my favourite guy. But his sister got kidnapped very, very long time ago. So obviously, let's just look that up. Because it is interesting, isn't it? I don't mean interesting. I mean, it's sad, isn't it? How people just disappear off the face of the earth. Vitor Belfort, missing sister. Yeah, check this out. It's awful. 3 years later, in 2007, Elaine Parvier confessed to having been involved in her kidnapping and murder. According to the woman, Vitor Belfort's sister owed $4,000 to drug dealers, which served as the motive for the kidnapping. She was allegedly killed thereafter and her body was buried in the woods. Yeah, well, we'll get off that because that's... Last thing I'd ever want to do is, you know, listen, Vitor's not my favourite guy, but I would never, ever disrespect somebody like that. I mean, that's just bloody awful, isn't it? It really is. It's a terrible, hard, cold world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. A lot of nasty, bad shit goes down every day. It's crazy, man. It is. There's some fucked up things happening. I mean, you see that thing just recently? It was in Las Vegas. I know we're all international here. There was a couple of young kids in Las Vegas, and they're driving along, and they must have been on drugs or something. And they see a guy riding a bike, and they go, come on, hit his ass, hit his... And then they just drive into him. The guy was like 70 years old, a retired police chief. Killed him right there and then. Filmed the whole thing on their mobile phones. There's some sick people out there, man, so be careful. Mike, can you lend me £100 for cage... £100,000 for cage side seats? Yeah, bro, I'll put it in... Just send me a PayPal money request, yeah. 100 grand. No worries, bro. Seats are expensive, though. But, hey, it's a big ticket. It's a big ticket. You want to sit ringside, bro? You want to sit ringside? You want to be that guy? You want to show off? You know, that's for, like, your celebs and your VIPs and everything. They did get arrested, Zombie. No, I know that. And they should be tried as adults. Yeah, I saw that video. It was really bad. Really, really bad. Anyway, let's get back to some of these fights. Going down a loophole. Thank you, Brian K. Pereira cooks you, little bro. Ooh. Hold still. I'm almost finished. I don't get it, Bren Balls. Hold still. I'm almost finished. Do I talk to the Puerto Rican rattlesnake anymore? I don't know. It's not that we have a bad relationship or anything like that. There's no animosity. You know, I wish him all the best, but he lives in New York. I live out here. We were never like, you know, we did a podcast together and stuff like that, but we weren't like old-time friends or anything. Our relationship ran its course in terms of our professional relationship. I wish him the best. In fact, I texted him recently just saying hi. I hope you're well, blah, blah, blah. So we had a nice little back and forth. I hope he's good. I really do. Mike, do you think I beat Izzy in his prime? Well, I mean, that version that showed up against Sean Strickland, I think anyone in the top 5 of the middleweight division would have beaten him. You know, and that's not ripping on Izzy. I'm a fan of Izzy. But that was a terrible performance. It really was. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And I'm not trying to rip on him. I just said that. I mean, we talked about this a lot. You don't win a fight by going backwards. You don't win a fight. And I know I saw a lot of media clip out a little point of me. I said there was an air of arrogance around him. And what I meant was he didn't look concerned. That's what I meant. I didn't mean he's arrogant. I mean, if you get dropped in the first round and almost finished, you've got to have the wherewithal to say, right, I've got to step on the gas. I've got to step on the gas. I've got to turn this into a fight. I've got to make it ugly. And even in the closing seconds, when Strickland was walking him down and shouting because he knew the fight was over, he was still backing up. He was still backing up. So, not taking away from Sean, that was definitely a bad night for Izzy. It really was. It really was. You know, yeah, Strickland was great, but it was a shit night for Izzy as well. You know, let's just be honest. You can't deny that. That wasn't the best version of Israel Adesanya. But anyway, Mike, did I drop that new mix yet? I didn't. I've been too busy, but I will do that after this live. Get on the old 1s and 2s. Yeah, I might be DJing actually. I'm going home back to England to see my mum at Christmas. And I think I'm going to be DJing somewhere. So you know what I mean. Got to sharpen the old skills. It's fun though. I got the records out. I got the vinyl out the other day. I tell you what I did. You know, like back in the day, I used to go into a record shop, buy the vinyl. That was fun, and there was a lot of good music. Right now, getting a hold of the new stuff is kind of hard. I go on beatport.com. That's a website. There's a load of shit on there, man. I downloaded a bunch of new tracks. I did a mix. I was bored out of my head. I was so bored. And then I pulled out some of the vinyl and started going that, and all of a sudden I was enjoying myself again. So a lot of there is some good new stuff, but I just don't know where to find it. So I didn't drop the new mix. Mike, UFC 5 beat is trash. What a letdown. What, you talking about the game? I don't know anything about that, mate. Brendan Sharp says, Mike, come on, Food Truck Diaries. That's not Brendan Shizarb. If it is, what's up, Brendan? Is the game bad? It looks amazing. It looks incredible. Is the rumor true? You recorded the Jeff Molina vid. I mean, I know who Jeff Molina is. He's a UFC fighter. But what is there? Oh, Jason Carney. That's very kind of you, Jason. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Very, very kind. Can't beat the old school tunes. That's right. Hold on, what's this guy going on about? Did I record the Jeff Molina vid? What is the Jeff Molina video? Because Jeff Molina is a UFC fighter, so is there a bit of controversy? Jeff Molina video. What's going on? Hold on, there we go. Hold on a minute. Boomer's on the computer. Not the way I wanted to do this, but the chance to do it when I was ready was taken from me. I tried to keep my dating life private from social media. I've dated girls my whole life and suppressed feelings I had throughout high school, being in the wrestling team. Oh, right, so what, he's come out as gay? Is that what's happening here? All right, well, fair play to him. Who cares? Look, listen, if he's gay, he's gay. I couldn't care less. That's very brave of him. You know what, to be honest, people always ask me, when do we think the first guy in the UFC to come out as gay will be? Well, there you go. There's your answer. Yeah, let's have a read of this statement now, because that can't be easy to do. You know, I know in this day and age, it's encouraged. It's encouraged. Don't expect me to call you a they, them, or a she, her, or any of that shit, though, if I'm commentating. It's Jeff fucking Molina. It's a joke, guys. Anyone fucking offended by that is a prick. But it said, not the way I wanted to do this, blah, 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 suppressed feelings. Even after making part of the dream happen and getting into the UFC, I'm a pretty masculine dude, and that bro, white, banter, and sense of humour has always been how I am. I thought all of my buddies, teammates, and people I look up to looking at me different, let alone treating me different for something I can't control, was something I couldn't fathom. In a sport like this, where the majority of the fans being homophobic cocksuckers they are, cocksuckers, bro, that sounds a bit homophobic. See, it's all right, goose for the gander. Anyway, well, listen, fair play to him. I hope he's very happy. Well, that can't have been easy. Let's be honest, cannot have been easy. Let's have a look at the other side. Let's have a look at the other side of it. What's he saying here? Blah, 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 blah. And I didn't see myself doing this during this part of my career. I wanted to be known for my skills and what I've dedicated the last 11 years of my life to. By UFC fighter. Also, he's bisexual. All right, no big deal. That I'm sure will be translated to gay UFC fighter. Well, it will. Let's just be honest. People are going to do that. To the awful, disturbed person that decided to post this ish, I hope it was worth it. So what's going on? What's going on? Was there a video? Was there a sex video or something? I don't know. Angela White or Riley Reid? We'll go with Angela White on that one. Okay. So, enough of that stuff. Fair play to Jeff Molina. I couldn't care less. No one should care. As long as they're not, like, you know, forcing it down anyone's throat, so to speak. Pardon the pun. Jeff Molina got caught cheating, fixing fights with James Krause. Oh, did he? Oh, dear. He's now fighting in the women's division. Oh, God. The first trans UFC fighter. There we go. There we go. Mike, I feel like Pantoja should have fought Figgy again instead of Brandon Royval. I think he had a video leaked. Yeah, no, I got that, Jack. Figured that one out, buddy. Figured that one out. Anyway, so yeah, someone was talking about Brandon Moreno. No, not Brandon Moreno. Where is it? UFC 295? 296. There it is. So Brandon Royval, who did he fight last? Just trying to refresh my memory here. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Mateus Nicolau. He looked fantastic in that fight. Matt Schnell. I mean, that's 3 good wins. Rogerio Bontorin. He lost to Pantoja. He lost to Brandon Moreno. No shame in that. And then look at that win streak there. Casey Kenny back in the day at LFA. But yeah, no, I like it, man. I like it. And it's good for the division. Pantoja is a bad man. I love watching Pantoja fight. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Thoughts on Sharubatin Magomedov? Overrated. Interestingly, his style is Muay Thai instead of Sambo. 16-0, 14 KOs. I believe he's fighting. He's a Dagestani, isn't he? I think, or he's a Russian. Fighting on UFC 294. I haven't done any research. I haven't watched him. Oh, excuse me. People keep talking to me about him because apparently he's got one eye. So I'm not special anymore. My God. Thank you, Sharub Batatin. But yeah, I'm sure he's great. I haven't watched any of his fights yet. Shout out to Bruce's short legs, big fan. My pronouns, oh, come on, Bren Balls. When will a UFC fighter let you DJ some donk? Oh, God. Oh, God. For their walkout like Sinead O'Connor. Dagestani Mike Bisping. Brother, listen to me. Oh, he's Dagestani. This guy, one eye. This guy does not give a fuck. Pantoja beat Islam. P.S. Pantoja beat Islam. Pantoja now for 135, brother. Islam. Pound for pound, number one. Pantoja, bantamweight champion. This is easy work. Thoughts on Jailton Almeida versus Curtis Blades? Well, we get to see in that one whether Jailton Almeida is the real deal. You know, because what he's done, put a donk on it, Craig. What he's done is he's out-wrestled everybody for the most part without looking him up. He's out-wrestled everybody. Curtis Blades is a great wrestler. Curtis Blades can also bang. So him versus Jailton Almeida. I think that's happening in Sao Paulo, right? And I'll be there. Yeah, good fight. Well, as I say, big step up for Jailton Almeida. When was the last time I hugged someone? I don't know. Maybe my wife this morning. Volk beat Islam. Well, it was a close one, mate. But on the record, it was Islam Makhachev. So there it is. You know, get over it. It's just like, do you know this guy, Mexican martial arts? He has a YouTube channel. I shouldn't be talking about this because I'm like giving his page a little plug, but I couldn't care less. We had the whole Valentina Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso fight last week with the 10-8 and then the draw and all the rest of it. So we had that. And I did a little YouTube video on it. And I just said, first of all, it was a fantastic fight. Congratulations to both ladies. I still stand by my words. I thought it was a tremendous fight. And Alexa Grasso was phenomenal. On the night, I scored it for Shevchenko. Does that make me a bad person? No, it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? But he did a whole video attacking me and fucking going after my eye. And obviously, I've got one eye I can't see. And I was like, bro, chill, mate. Listen, you're a proud Mexican. I get that. Fair play to you. You're supporting your own. Great, good. There was a sensational fight. What's wrong with me saying that I thought Shevchenko won a close decision? You know what I mean? People get so triggered by the stupidest of things. Do you know what I mean? Some people, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. Oh, my God, I can't believe you think that. It's like, relax, bro. Talking of people getting triggered and losing their minds, check this out. Guys, you don't want to miss this. Tonight on the Believe You Me podcast, and this isn't a plug, I'm just telling you, you want to see this. Tonight on the Believe You Me podcast, Bryce Mitchell, because we recorded it last night. It's a classic. Oh my God, Bryce Mitchell is out of his mind in the best way possible. We had the most hilarious conversation for an hour, but he was going off he was flipping out on me. You're a fucking fool, Michael Bisping. You're a goddamn fool. Y'all don't know what you're talking about, right? You know, but it was fun. But then sometimes he'd flip out, and I think he was doing it for effect. Like, for example, he asked me, because he's very religious, and God bless him, you know what I mean? I'm not. And that's basically what I said. I was very, very polite and respectful, you know. And then he said, well, do y'all believe that we evolved from monkeys, Bisping? I said, well, I think I do believe in evolution. I do believe we evolved from apes. You're a goddamn fucking fool! And he just went off crazy. It's hilarious. The earth is flat, of course. That was another good one we got into. This is another one from Bryce. Who's fighting Saturday night, by the way, against Dan Ige. And that is a tremendous fight. So tune in for that one. ESPN Plus going down at the Apex. Mateusz Gamrot versus Rafael Fiziev. What a fight that is. And Bryce Mitchell, Dan Ige is great. But incidentally, and again, check this out on the podcast tonight. Bryce Mitchell says that the world ends on Saturday. The world is going to end on Saturday, September 23rd. I'm commentating. I don't want to spend my last day fucking commentating. Don't get me wrong, I love my job, but I'd rather be at home with a beer in my hand and my wife and kids around me. But he said, Satan's army is getting unleashed on the world, September 23rd. Whew, it is the reckoning. Okay, the Euphrates River has dried up. Okay, and Satan's army is coming for us. I disagree. I disagree. You know what I mean? And for some reason, that really got him riled up. I'm like, I don't think the world's going to end. If it does, I'm really annoyed because I've got money in the bank that I haven't spent. So Bryce, check that out. To be honest, he was getting passionate, but then he started laughing at himself and stuff like that. He also thinks, by the way, the Arctic. Check this out. This is wild. He thinks in the Arctic, no one in the world is allowed to go to the Arctic. It's controlled by the government, and there's a huge wall around it, and on the other side of the wall, there's a whole other world. And that's why the governments keep us away from there. And there's all kind of animals and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, this sounds like Game of Thrones. Okay, you go beyond the wall, there's wildlings and dragons and giants. I'm like, Bryce, he's great. It's hilarious. And I do push back. I didn't just sit there and take it. So anyway, check that out tonight. The Believe in Me podcast. Don't want to miss it. It's a good one. Brad Pitt smokes tons of hash. Facts. I'm sure he does. God bless him. Good for him. I couldn't care less. All right. So this weekend, as I said, Fiziev versus Gamrot. That's a good fight. Who do you think wins that one? What's this poll here, Ant? Best part of the Bisping live charts. The knowledge, the charisma, the trolling mic. Yeah, I like it as well. If it's good. Some of you people try and legit get me to say racist stuff. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Not that I'm a little sensitive Nelly. I'm not. I think people just need to toughen up a little bit and stop looking to be offended. The world, everybody wants to be. Lucas, do you want to come say hi to everyone? Oh. Real quick. We're live, baby. We're live. How was school?
Good.
Come over
Hello,
here.
everybody.
Well, so here's the chat here. So Lucas has been training mixed martial arts for a while now. You're enjoying it, aren't you, buddy? I text your coach this morning asking for jiu-jitsu tournaments and kickboxing tournaments. So he's going to reach out. He's going to work on a few. So soon, buddy, Lucas is going to have his first kickboxing fight at some point soon. How do you feel about that?
Excited.
He's getting good. He's really, really getting good. You're learning it, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah.
You're enjoying it? Oh, you enjoying it?
Oh, I said yes.
Get out of here. Go on, start off. All right, you prick. Whoa. Lightheaded. Look at that. That's assault. That's assault.
Left my phone in here.
Just get out.
Oh, wait, never mind. I didn't.
Yeah, I was saying everybody wants to be bloody offended these days. Do you know what I mean? But with the, we'll get Rebecca on in a second. But with people trying to get me to say the racist stuff, listen, nobody's a fan of racism. You know what I mean? I know you guys are just trying to make a little stupid joke and all the rest of it. But if I say it, then do you know what some like woke ass little websites? They've reposted it and like made articles about it. Look at Michael Bisping. What's he saying here? Or like some woke Twitter accounts. Bisping says this. I'm like, come on, bro. Someone fucking broke up the word and made me say it. So just stop doing that in the trolling. Okay? Okay? Rebecca, you're being summoned. Yeah, yeah. Stop being soy. I'm not being fucking soy. I'm just not going to sit here on YouTube and start using all the racist words. If you're the Count, he's the Duke. He's the man. He's amazing. He's a really, really good little boy. Hey, Mike, what do you think about that lad, Phil McCracken? Bro, it's an old one. Ben C, you're going to have to do better than that. You guys are a brilliant family. Well, thank you, Danielle Cooper. That was a 10-8 round for Lucas. It was. It would have been a bloody submission. I'll tell you what, I was this close. I was that close. Hottie incoming. No, she is. She's great. Your boy's become a man. I know he really has. He's grown up. It's crazy. He's almost as tall as me now. He's almost as tall. He's strong. Obviously, he is a man. He's, going through puberty. He's getting muscles now and stuff. Yeah, he's really started. Jawline's developing. He's already got a deeper voice than me. It's great to see, though. It's great to see. So let's have a little look. Let's have a little look in the world of mixed martial arts and see what is going on. Now, we know there was a couple of big fight announcements, but we don't need to bang on about that all the time. Check this out. Let's have a look. Oh, shit. Jason Mayhem Miller. Jason Mayhem Miller. My God, he got arrested again. Hold on. I feel sorry for Jason Miller. Hold on. And he doesn't want my pity, but I saw this statement, excuse me, Pardon me. I saw this statement that Miller put on last night, and it's kind of sad to read. He says here, I'm going to read it. He says, so before I read it, Jason, obviously a former opponent of mine, had a great career. He had a really, really good career out in Japan and stuff like that. I coached the Ultimate Fighter against him. Obviously, we fought as well. And, they went my way. He had one more fight against CB Dollaway and then parted ways. Then he kind of fell into, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a bit of substance abuse or mental health issues or whatever. And then he got arrested a bunch of times, and then he was live streaming while the SWAT team, could you imagine that? The SWAT team. If you're not American, you know what the SWAT team is, the armed police. They were in there, had the guns on him, and so he's live tweeted in the house. He spent a bit of time inside and all the rest of it, and then he came out, and he just got arrested again just recently, sadly. I didn't know that, but listen to this. This is kind of sad. It really is. Jason says, I went away for a couple of years to pay my debt to society. When I got out, I realized that I had much more paying to do. Maybe it's hard for the average person to understand living with a stigma firmly etched into your life. So I can't fault anyone for recoiling in horror upon meeting me. Given the press that I get, I wish I were made of stone and didn't allow it to affect me, but I have, and I failed those that love me. I thought I could smoothly transition from prison to the regular world, but things have been more difficult than I imagined, especially interpersonal relationships and the burden of being free. Maybe some of you can understand and empathize, but I don't expect you to, or even to care what happens to an old prize fighter. I chose this path far before I realized what would happen after the glory faded away. And I asked myself at times, if I knew the reality, would I have picked any differently? And consistently, I come to the conclusion that no, the younger me at the wheel, I could have never picked a different path. And I get that. By all accounts, I'm a great coach, but all my personal problems have piled up and I've fallen short of my own standards. Therefore, I'm taking some time to work on myself. Until recently, I viewed asking for help as something for the weak, but a very special person has shown me that the actual opposite is true. Asking for help shows strength of character, and strength of mind. You know what really struck me there? That bit there. Where is it? It says, hold on. I don't expect you to care what happens to an old prize fighter. I chose this path before I realized what could happen after the glory faded away. And that's it. That is the real situation here, because did you ever hear such shite? No, I mean, the reality is combat sports, the life of a fighter is a hard life, man. It is. And, Jason Miller, he had his struggles. It didn't work out. Obviously, he didn't help himself. But, when the glory does fade away, as he worded it, and I think that was great words, a lot of people are left on the scrap heap. They don't know what to do with themselves. They've got no money and stuff like that. It's like the 1%, not even 1%. It's not even 1% that turn a fight career into a successful venture. I don't want to say 0.1%, but it probably is. It's probably 0.1%. There's so many talented fighters out there, but 0.1% are going to reach the top. And it really is. It's a tiny little bit at the top of the mountain, and then it's like that. And everyone else, it's a tough thing. But that's why it's tough, because it's for the best people in the world. Yeah, man, there was no doubt a lot of addiction issues and opioids and stuff like that. But listen, you got to wish the man his best. And I thought that was very brave and true words from him. So I commented on it. I wish him all the best. Hopefully he stays away from booze and drugs. Got to stay sober. You're right, man. You're right. But still, listen, it doesn't mean you can't have empathy for somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, didn't help himself. I'm sure deep down he's a good guy. He made some big mistakes. Anyway, Bren Balls. It is woke, bro. I mean, California's pretty woke. It's not woke in my household, though, so I don't feel it. I don't go anywhere, really. I work a lot. And then when I'm at home, I just go around this little local area where I live. I'm not going into fucking LA particularly often. There's a lot of woke assholes, and I don't like this whole woke as a movement. I hate it. I hate it all. Don't like it at all. That doesn't mean you got to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Prejudice and homophobic. No, I just don't like the wokeness. Hey, chap, Thomas Bullivant. Thank you, brother. So, anyway, Jason Miller, that's sad. Let's talk about that co-main event, though. The co-main event in, where is it? UFC 294. That is the next one. It's just around the corner. Look at this fight card. This is really good. It's fantastic. Islam versus Charles. Costa versus Chimaev. I'll be honest. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. I think I'll still say it. Charles Oliveira is the most exciting fighter in the UFC. Come after me. What have you got? Because I'm telling the truth. Look at the way he rebounded and just beat the shit out of Beneil Dariush. And Beneil is not no walk in the park. Beneil is the real deal. Do you know what I mean? But that's why he's so excited. And that's probably why Islam beat him, because he doesn't really use a game plan. Charles just walks you down and just swings and hopes and kicks and punches and clinches and knees. And if he gets taken down, he's got the jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. Doesn't really have a game plan. Makes him super exciting. And I think that's kind of partly why he lost last time, because he never respected Islam enough. To beat somebody like Islam Makhachev, you've got to stick to a very, very serious game plan. You've got to be aware of the takedown threat. You've got to utilize a lot of footwork and movement. You can't overcommit on certain strikes. You can't plant your feet and walk someone down. Islam's going to get a hold of you. Islam's going to take you down and then probably smash the hell out of you on the ground and choke you out. So to fight somebody like Islam or Khabib or that style, you've got to be disciplined. Disciplined in the training camp and getting ready, of course. Yeah, no. But you've got to have a disciplined approach with your mind when you're fighting. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to, even though your adrenaline spiking and you want to get carried away and you want to start teeing off and just letting it fucking go, can't do that. You've got to throw no more than 2 shots. You can't throw long combinations. You've got to utilize a lot of footwork, and it's going to be frustrating for the fans, and it's going to be even frustrating for yourself if you're the one fighting or whoever it is, because you want to just fucking throw down. But if you do that, you're going to lose. You know, so you've got to almost be on your bike. You almost got to jab, move, 1-2 move until it gets to the later rounds when the takedown threat decreases, when your opponent gets tired potentially. But still, there it is. But I do think I do think Islam wins. I think Charles will have a good go more than likely. I think he'll do better than last time. He'll make it more interesting. But the people's main event for me is Khamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Costa. And if you are still in the chat, put up a poll. Khamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Costa. What do we think? Who wins this one, guys? Do we think? Because Costa's a tough fight for your first only fans. Costa's a tough fight to make your middleweight debut at, because he's beaten Yoel Romero. So the reason I bring up that fight is because of the wrestling threat from Khamzat, which is significant, which is real. But he's beaten Yoel Romero, and Yoel was shooting takedowns. Costa's got a good gas tank. He can go 3 rounds, no problem. And he hits like a goddamn mother effer. And he's got a chin. Paulo Costa's got a bloody chin. So it's a really, really tough fight for both men. Who do you think wins? And I don't think Anthony's here anymore because he hasn't put the poll up. Mike, why does it bother you when someone believes the earth is flat? I never said it bothers me. I said I thought it was hilarious. Trevor Harmon. Why would it bother me? Why would it? See, I'd rather talk about this stuff. Why would it bother me that you think, obviously you do, that the earth is flat? I couldn't care less. And this is what I said to Bryce Mitchell yesterday. Here is precisely what I said. Because he was getting a little worked up, because I was like, no, the world's round. I said, you fly that way, eventually you come back this way, you come back on yourself. I flew out to Singapore to Paris, and then back to California. I went that way and I came back home. And also, if you fly that way, you don't fly off the edge of the earth. No one's falling off. You know what I mean? You don't fly and go, shit, turn round. We've left Earth. But here's what I said to Bryce, though. I said, Bryce, because and he said gravity's not real and all this type of thing. I said, you know what, Bryce? I said, let's just be honest. I left school at 16 years old. I don't know. I don't know. I'm believing what I am told by far better and excellent people than me. Very highly educated people. Albert Einsteins of the world. I'm listening. I'm going with the flow. Call me a sheep. Bah, right? All you want, right? I'm listening to them. I said, but at the end of the day, I couldn't give a fuck. Whether it's flat or whether it's round, who cares? All I am is a simple man living my life, trying to take care of my family. I want to do the best by my wife and my children. I want to have a good living and I want to retire, live in peace, be a good person. If the earth is flat or the earth is round, well, what does it even matter at the end of the day? And I went off a bit of a tangent there. Why would it bother me? Why would it bother you? Why would people make up a story that it's round when it's flat? I mean, why? What is the conspiracy? I mean, maybe I don't know. All you have to do is fly in a plane. No, I know. Rebecca's brother, Daniel, he's a pilot. He's a captain for Qantas Airways. And I asked him just about it. And I said, what would you say to these flat earthers that say the world isn't a sphere? And he said, well, because I've fucking seen it. I'm a pilot. And I said that to Bryce Mitchell and he went out of his mind. He's like, he's a goddamn pilot. He has not gone above 40,000 feet. You can't see it. Da, 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 da. Relax. Anyway, right. Let's get back to it. What we were talking about. How long have we been going for here? Nearly an hour. Should we get Rebecca on? See what she's got to say for herself. Mike, what do we think about Tony Ferguson's post about almost fighting Shavkat? I would say that Tony doesn't really want to be going up to 170. I'd also say, and I will double down on, he doesn't want to be fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'll tell you who should fight Shavkat. Do you know who should fight Shavkat Rakhmonov? It's a very, very easy one. I'm going to give you a second. Here's Rebecca, she's coming. We're going to give you a second to give me your choice. Give me your pick in the comment section right now. Tell me, who should Shavkat Rakhmonov fight next? Let's remind ourselves, the man is almost 16 or 17 and 0. He is all finishes. I will in 1 second, babe. All finishes. Hold on, I'm going to move the TV. All finishes. He's a bad man. Who should Shavkat Rakhmonov fight next? And there it is. People are coming out with it. Belal Muhammad. That is the fight that needs to be made because we all know Bilal's very pissed off and he's going out there and he's talking shit and he's throwing it all around. Well, you know, Colby hasn't won too many fights lately and all this type of thing. And I kind of get some of his points, but we all want to see Colby versus Leon. I do. I think a lot of people do. So Belal, and he's kind of annoyed. He feels that he deserves, and I'll stop in a second, babe. He feels that he deserves a title fight. Well, go fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat Rakhmonov, because number one, Shavkat deserves a big name opponent like Belal, and Belal wants to get the title fight. Well, all he's got to do, beat Shavkat, boom, there it is. He's fighting the winner of Khamzat Chimaev versus, why am I saying Khamzat Chimaev? Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. Shavkat, it's all the Shavs and the Ovs and the Khamzats and the Magomeds and the Islams Mahachov. Anyway, sounds whatever. Similar. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce?
Hello. No, I don't think the Earth is flat.
Rebecca Bisping.
FYI.
Rebecca Bisping. How are you, Rebecca?
There's a lot of B's in there.
Rebecca Bisping. The triple B.
The triple B, yes. No, I don't think the Earth is flat.
What's flatter, Mike? Earth or Beck's tits? See, that's just offensive, isn't it?
No, I'm not flat.
Well, babe, don't, you don't have to pop them out. You're going to get us demonetised.
Flat.
Jesus Christ, we're going to be the next Russell Brands. We're going to be kicked off. Isn't that?
Have we spoken?
No, we haven't spoken about it. You can't.
Are we steering clear from that?
No, I guess we've got to. I don't think. I don't know anything. I wasn't there, but it seems very convenient. It seems very convenient. I don't know anything.
The timing is very interesting.
The timing's very interesting, but whatever. We don't know jack shit. Rebecca looking like Ian Gary's sister.
Oh, okay. I presume she's amazing.
Ian Gary's sister.
Ian Gary's sister.
All right, let's have a look.
Random.
Ian Gary.
I don't even know what Ian Gary's sister looks like.
I don't even know he had a sister.
I know.
Ian Gary's siblings. Here we go. Hold on. There's more. Hold on.
I think we're struggling. Maybe she's not like you know.
Well, there's Ian Gary. And there's Ian Gary. Siblings meet his brother and sister. Who is Ian Gary? Yeah. Next. Oh, you got to go next. God damn it.
Oh, my gosh.
God damn. What is that? Hemorrhoids. This is not Ian Gary's sister.
What is happening?
Jesus, Maleezus.
Anyway, just leave that.
Oh, no. I kind of want to see now.
Can you just get rid of that notification there?
What notification?
Just down at the
Oh,
bottom.
no, I know. It's so annoying. MMA junkie with the notifications on my screen. Where's Ian Gary's sister? What is that? That looks disgusting as well. Plaque
psoriasis?
Psoriasis.
That is not plaque psoriasis. I don't know what's happening. Can
what
you
is that?
stop?
That's like a bunch of bloody little Oreos. What is that? Is that someone's body?
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
I think it's meant to be treating plaque psoriasis. I don't know.
A teaspoon on an empty day
What are you doing?
burns 13 pounds a week, pounds a week.
Turmeric? Is that what we're talking here?
Turmeric.
That looks like turmeric.
That's Ian Gary's sister. Chrissy
Yeah.
Melt's photo after a weight loss. Babe, Jesus, right. A teaspoon. All right, anyway. That plaque psoriasis thing was disgusting. I never want to see that ever again.
That was pretty.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
what it was. It's beans. Yeah, it did look like some kind of like bean. Why would they be putting beans on the skin?
I don't know. Gary will never live that down. I'm so glad you guys are doing this rather than me. Hi, Danielle Cooper. Hope you're well. Oh, goodness, they're identical. I don't know.
What? I feel like I need to know now.
This is how granddads get hacked. Yeah, bro, I'm too high for this. I don't know what's going on. Who's Ian Gary's sister? I tried to find it.
Right.
Plaque psoriasis.
You are terrible at Googling.
Oh,
can I
just get
say?
off. I'm starving.
Oh my gosh. Stop saying
What?
that. You
Look
always
at that.
say
What is that? What is that?
I'm doing it.
Ian Gary's sister. Images. Give me an image.
Images. You go images and it's just him. Okay, there isn't any.
Yeah, well, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever.
I'm sure she's lovely. Oh, there she is. Is that his wife? Is that his sister? That's not his wife, is it?
I don't know what his wife looks like. I don't
What's she
know.
called? What's she called? Oh my God, I should know this. Anyway, whatever. But that's probably his sister. And that looks like his brother. Anyway, shout out Ian Gary. Hope you're well, buddy.
Hi,
there we
buddy.
go.
Hope you're well.
Yeah, buddy.
Buddy.
Rebecca looks like Margot Robbie. Oh.
Slobby.
Oh my God. Well, that's offensive as well. My coffee's gone cold.
What's happening today?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Everyone's being weird.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's a hemorrhoid, yeah. No doubt. Rebecca, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Hamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Costa. Who wins? Mike, did you ever family watch the British show Only Fools and Horses? Bro, are you serious? I love Only Fools and Horses.
I feel like everyone.
Who doesn't not? Do you know they tried to do an American version?
How would that even work? Well, not with
Not with Jason Day, no. They tried to
Jason Day.
Jason, what's his name? David Jason.
David Jason. I was going to say that's his surname. Go Liverpool 1-2-3. Rebecca looks 29. Thank you.
The earth is flat, Bisping, you peasant. See, look.
Are you peasant?
Yeah, I know. Such a peasant.
Always said you're a
The
peasant.
flat earthers, they are a passionate bunch. Why?
Yeah, why is that?
Are you so passionate? Why do you care so much? And why all these conspiracies and the chemtrails? People think there's chemtrails. Let me ask you this. Let me know in the comment section if you don't mind. Do you think we landed? Excuse me. Do you think we landed on the moon? Do you think that was fake? Do you think a lot of people say 9/11 was an inside job?
I don't want to talk about conspiracies.
Just get on with your life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, someone says I have to admit Rebecca every time when she comes on, she's cool.
Thank you.
Rebecca aged like a fine wine. What happened to me?
Yeah. He's had a tough life. A lot of stress. A lot of facial injuries.
Yeah.
It's okay. I still love you.
Yeah. Rebecca, how many joints do you have to smoke before coming on? Mine, does Francis have a shot against Tyson Fury? Good one. There we go. Something to talk about. Going down Saudi Arabia next month. I think he's probably got a shot in the first round or two. Let's be honest. You know, I think... Well, Tyson Fury is probably the best heavyweight boxer of his generation. Of course, Alexander Usyk might have something to say about that because, you know, he's got the other belt. And that's who they should be fighting. But he's massive. He's 6'9". He's fast. He's quick. He's technical as hell. He's got decent power, you know. And he's got great... He's, what is he, 30-0 now or 29? I'm not sure what he is off the top of my head. Francis Ngannou's never boxed. There you go. That says it all. Now, does he have a puncher's chance? Of course he does. And I think training with Mike Tyson, you know, he might learn a trick or two, but I don't think ultimately it's going to make that much difference. Hansi Hitterseer says Tyson looks out of shape. You're right. When they did that face-off recently, Tyson looked very out of shape.
Yeah, I feel like he always kind of does, though.
Yeah, no, he does. But he come near to the fight, he's kind of lost it. Mm-hmm. He's like the fat blobby version that he was when he went through like depression and stuff.
It's quite close now.
It's only a few weeks away, yeah. So
do you think he's underestimating?
He might be underestimating him because if he gets tired, then he's got a problem. Because if Ngannou lands, you never know, he could knock him out. But more than likely, Tyson finishes him later in the fight.
What's Ngannou's cardio like?
Not incredible. It's not the best. And he doesn't have the speed either of Tyson.
Who's got the best cardio?
Tyson, for sure. He's got the better technique. He's the taller guy. He's the longer guy. He's more experienced. He's the boxing heavyweight champion of the world. He's faster. Ngannou hits harder. That's it. So.
Okay. Well, we shall see. What is it?
I don't know when it is, but... This is why you just can't bring the family on the internet. They do nothing but troll and target. Your wife is lovely and kids are savages. Mate, you're a legend. Anyone chat shit can get banged. Here. Yeah, that's right. Chat shit, get banged. Step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired. What movie, babe?
No idea.
I don't know either.
Oh, God.
Step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired. What is that off?
I've never heard that.
Me and Kendall Grove used to say it all the time, but still, we're just waffling now. Mm-hmm. Rebecca looks bored out of her mind. I'm bored out of my mind. I've been sitting there for an hour, 10 minutes.
Bored. I always look like this.
Yeah.
I always look bored. It's just my expression.
So Ellie was horse riding at the weekend. She did well, didn't she?
She did amazing.
You got to say something.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead.
No, you've thrown me off. When am I?
It's hot, babe. I'm sweating.
All he does is complain. Does he do this when I'm not here? He just complains all the time. Is she trans, Dean? No, I'm not trans. Thanks anyway. Jonesy, Rick, you're gorgeous. Thank you. Do you like a bevy and what do you drink? I think you're talking to Michael. Michael.
Wine. You like wine?
I drink wine. Yeah, Michael's a beer drinker. He likes wine too, I have to admit. Don't you, Michael?
Yeah.
Rebecca, tell us what you don't like about Mr. Bisping. When he gets grouchy with me on lives, that's kind of mean.
Well, you gotta talk.
I'm talking. Homeless in America, it's October 28th. All right, thank you very much.
Right, so I'm not talking about the pretty lady. I didn't see what the original comment. Rebecca, were you a Spice Girl? I do like Sapporo. I like a bit of red wine. I'll be honest. Are you going to
let me speak? You asked me a question.
Go ahead.
Then I didn't like the Spice Girls, no. I was a little bit old. Did you like Spice Girls?
Spice up your life?
Yeah. I was a little bit too old for the Spice Girls, to be honest with you. I was just like a couple of years... You know
I'm older than you, and I didn't mind the Spice Girls.
Yeah, but I wasn't. But you weren't a fan, Michael. You weren't.
A zig ah.
Yeah. No.
Yo, tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Rebecca, do you ride without a saddle? No, generally
bareback.
Not. I have ridden bareback, but it's tricky.
Oh, the movie is something about Mary. Is it? Step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired. No, it's not. No. Mike, you had a great career. Do you feel you would compete against the best guys now if you're in your prime? I do. You know, I feel like I still could if I'm brutally honest. Just being honest, I feel like I still could. I've been doing a lot of bag work lately. I used to run every day up until quite recently. Instead, I've been doing a new cardio routine in the morning. I do 20 minutes on the Airdyne, and then I do 10 minutes on the climber machine, so that's 30 minutes. Then I do 6 rounds of bag work, so it's like 45 minutes of cardio, and then I go straight into my weights, and then a good stretch. And as I'm doing that bag work, I still feel sharp, I still feel good, and I do still kind of miss it. And I think I could, if I'm honest, even though my back's fucked and I've got no knees, it doesn't restrict my mobility or my speed or anything like that. Obviously, I'm a little heavier right now, just because I'm older and I'm not living like a professional athlete. But I think with we've done that one, babe. With a training camp, yeah, I think I could. So, but that's the arrogance of a fighter. You know what I mean? Still think we got it. That's why fighters need to know when to retire, you know. So, anyway, is it true that Paul Felder's coming out of retirement for UFC 300? I don't know about UFC 300, but from what I understand, he is coming back. From what I understand, I think he's back in the testing pool. So I think he's leaving his options open. But I don't want to make the announcement for him.
No, you do not.
You know, that'd be...
He might be a little cross at you.
They'll be letting the cat out of the bag.
Well, what? How? I don't know.
They'll be letting the cat out of the bag. That's all I've got to say.
Is that a joke?
No, it's a phrase.
I know that. That's the way you said it twice.
Okay, people saying, are you stoned? Are you stoned?
No.
Been on the wacky backy?
No. Why am I acting strange? I don't feel good.
Oh, she doesn't.
Right?
She's been bloody ill for about
2 weeks.
She has been sick for 2 weeks. She's been doing COVID tests.
I've done 2, both
You
negative.
did 2.
But I feel like I do feel like I've got COVID though.
Well, we gotta shut down the country then. Get your mask on and fucking get your dosage, your booster. Mm-hmm. Stick it up your ass. Stick it right up your ass. Stick it where the sun does not shine. My God, I don't mean you.
Thanks.
I just mean this whole COVID move. They're coming back. It was on the news this morning. How much did I say? It was on the news this morning.
Oh, in COVID tests? They're sending COVID tests, like 5 for every household.
They're sending 5 COVID tests to every household in the States at the cost of $600 million, which is probably going to go straight to the pharmaceutical companies. Do you know what I mean?
Anyway, Jonesy says Rebecca hates us.
Yeah, I saw that. I think you do.
I don't hate you guys.
You're being very, very...
No, I'm not.
And you're baked out of your mind, according to Sketchy.
No.
You've been on the wacky backy.
I haven't been on the wacky backy.
You've been on the Mary
Who calls
Jane.
it the wacky backy? You're such a boomer.
I call it the
wacky
wacky
backy. Come on. That's like
there's a
your
lot of sickness in
granddad.
the UK at the moment as well. People are like, oh, it's COVID or is it something else? Yeah, look, to be honest, I was a bit sick as well.
It's not. I'm joking. It's not COVID. People still get regular sick too. I'm just
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
like got a virus or something.
Yeah, you've had a headache for a while, haven't you, babe?
Yeah, and body aches and all that stuff, but all good.
Will Colby get it done? I think he has a shot. I would lean towards Leon Redman 790. I really would. I think Colby, if I had to make a bet right now, I'd put my money on Leon. But you never know. Colby's going to lose. He's a boomer confirmed.
Do Bean says, what the hell is backy?
Backy. Wacky backy. Tobacco.
It's tobacco. Backies, they call it.
I will not be commentating in Abu Dhabi, sadly. Aljamini. We've got a contender.
Woo!
There we go. Even though she's sick, she's still got a woo for you.
Everyone's saying I'm stoned. Guys, I'm not.
Well, the more you say that, the more they're going to say it. That's how the internet works,
Oh,
babe.
gosh. Upper daddy. Maybe Rebecca is pregnant.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, my God. Don't say that. I'm getting the snip soon.
You have to.
I have to.
You have to. Smoke weed without backy. I don't smoke weed, guys.
Had the runs for 3 weeks. I'm so over it. I can only imagine, mate. Karsten. Diarrhea for 3 weeks
not
sounds
good.
like a shit time.
You might want to go to the doctor.
Pardon
about
the
it.
pun. Right, pregnancy can show us flu symptoms.
Oh, stop it.
Also, maybe another Bisping coming in. Congrats,
No.
babe. What are we going to call it? Another baby on the way.
Would you want a boy or a girl?
A boy.
No, I knew you'd say that.
I don't want. Are you fucking pregnant?
No.
You're like, well, you're going deep on this one.
I'm making conversation.
Manuka honey and chlorophyll cures everything.
Yep.
Chlorophyll?
Chlorophyll, yeah.
What's chlorophyll?
It's like it's green stuff.
Ah.
Not chloroform.
I was thinking chloroform. Yeah, it was.
That would fix me. Manuka honey, I'll drink some of that. I have some.
It'd be handy, wouldn't it, to have some chloroform?
Yeah, it freaking would.
No, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, like the people when they come round, do they have any long-lasting damage, or can you just knock yourself out? I want to go to sleep, have a little hit of chloroform, off you pop. I mean, granted, you might get sexually assaulted because you'll be out of it, but you know,
you probably wake up like with a hangover.
You probably
kind of
sleep
feeling.
like a baby.
Well, yeah, because that's when they do all sorts to you, and you've got no idea.
Isn't that
horrendous?
Roofies.
No, that's a tablet.
Yeah. No. I know. I'm saying. I don't know if chloroform lasts that long. In the movies, they sneak
because
up
they're out.
They're out for a second.
Oh,
I don't know.
Am I getting my drugs mixed up? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite restaurant in Orange County?
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have a few that we like, but this is an international audience. Like we could talk about our restaurants in Orange County, but no one's going to give a shit.
The Orange County people might.
On Key, it's at South Coast Plaza, but it's a bloody good restaurant. We do like that, don't we, babe? And we like Gabby's Mexican Kitchen and the Old Town Orange. That's
really
good,
nice.
man. All right.
We don't like anything too fancy.
No, we don't. We don't like too fancy. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Now and again, I'll take you out for a nice meal.
Yeah, and I'm always like, oh, that means I've got to get dressed up.
Dylan Dennis pulled out. Mike Perry's stepping in. Is that true? No, he hasn't pulled out. Do you think? Oh, has he? He might have pulled out. Has he and Gary?
I think they're joking with you.
No, but Dylan Dennis is getting sued, so maybe he has.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you miss pie, chips, and gravy? Yes, we do, Conwolf. I very much miss it, especially when I'm feeling sick. All I want is carbs and grease and horrible, terrible food. So yeah, I do miss it.
What's going on? Where's my cursor?
Apparently, Ian Gary's sister is called Shauna Bannon.
No, it's not. Shauna Bannon is a UFC fighter. She made a debut in London in July, and she got beat. No disrespect. She'll be back. No, he hasn't pulled out. I got trolled.
Yeah.
Bastards. But it wouldn't surprise me, you see. And if he pulls out, he has to pay $100,000, babe. Do you think he's going to pay it?
He's not going to pull out.
Oh, he'll pull out.
Is Bisping cheap?
No.
No.
You don't sound too sure about that.
It depends. Like, you got a weird, like, some things. Sometimes you're really extravagant, like, and nice, like that. And then you have, like, a weird thing. Like, sometimes you're cheap about just the weirdest, oddest things that shouldn't really matter, but they do to him. Like, cheap things anyway. Like, sometimes he'll ask me how much something is, and I'll tell you, like, the husband price, which isn't the true price. He's like, oh, my God, it was that much? I'm like, yeah, and that's not even.
Yeah.
But he's not cheap. I wouldn't say he's cheap. No.
Did I bring you back a Gucci handbag from Paris?
He did do that.
Yeah.
You did do that. See, that's what I mean. You're not cheap.
Does
like
Ellie,
that. I
does
can
Ellie,
buy clothes, like, and you don't seem to care. Like, you don't even ask me, like, how much they cost or anything. Not that I buy expensive clothes, because I don't. But he's not cheap like that. But just, like, when we go to the supermarket, he's so cheap.
When's the last time I was in the supermarket?
Not that long.
I don't go.
No. But yeah, like, whenever I go to pay, he's so embarrassing. He goes, oh my God, how much? We only came in for bread. And I don't
Inflation,
know.
bro. It's shocking.
He always has to comment on how much it costs when we pay.
Well, you know why? Because deep down, still not even deep down, on the surface, I am still that working class lad.
I know you are. That's why you're a little bit cheap sometimes. You've got that mentality.
Right.
But when it comes to me, you're not cheap.
You're driving a brand new Tesla.
I know.
We live in a lovely house.
Let me finish.
When
it comes to me, you're not cheap at all.
I'm cheap.
No, you're not.
No, it's fine.
I just said you're not.
Oh, dear.
Waddy says, Weetabix or Fruit Loops?
Weetabix without a shadow of a doubt, and anyone that says anything otherwise, you can unsubscribe right now. And by the way, if everyone on here hasn't subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Love you too, Amy Clark. Do you have a horse? You do? She has a horse.
I do.
Ellie has a horse.
She does.
But I'm cheap.
I didn't say you were cheap when it comes to us. I said you're cheap about some weird things, insignificant things that you can't really control. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example.
No man alive has ever called me cheap, and I will fight any man,
Like
any woman.
know.
I don't discriminate. No man alive will ever say that I'm cheap. Someone just said, do you, Tyson Fury?
Oh.
So Bisping's a cheapskate, yeah, for buying a Gucci bags, 2 horses, brand new car, living in a 5-bedroom fucking
not
mansion with a slim swimming
listening
pool.
to-
So cheap, bro. We go out to nice dinners all the time.
Yeah, but I don't
Cheap.
ask for any of
Cheap.
that. Do I ask for it?
Yeah. Who should Nick Diaz fight next? This person has asked this question a few times. I think he has 1 fight left on his contract. I would love to see him fight Stephen Thompson, Patrick Fleming, new member.
New content. Woo! Yay.
I don't think. Is that a Sean Strickland impression? Sean Strickland, yeah, he kind of talks like the American man. Right, guys, listen, guys. Let me tell you right now. That's not bad. That kind of sounds like Sean Strickland.
Kind of like
It's like this, throaty.
it's like he's got
guys,
like,
guys.
what do you call them? Like
Phlegmy.
enlarged tonsils, but adenoids. It's like he's got adenoids.
Oh,
or
I don't know
something.
that.
Enlarged adenoids. I think
Is
that's what
he?
you call them.
He's been playing with his dog. Yeah, sorry, is he? I'm just trying to do that. Do you think Mike is cheap? Sure, no, keep me out of this. Oh, Ant comes back for that one. So Ant, my channel manager's in the background. He does the polls. I was asking you to do polls before, bro. Ignored me. But now I can say that I'm cheap. Oh, he's all about that one. He jumps on that one straight away.
Come on, we all like to tease you here.
I know.
My voice is like really croaky, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hemorrhoids, not hemorrhoids, no, adenoids.
Yeah, I don't think Nick Diaz should fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson simply because, listen, Nick Diaz is a goddamn legend of the game, and that he forever will be. And I'd be surprised. I think, and put a poll up on this, if you would be so kind. Do we think Nick Diaz deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame? Or Nate Diaz, for that matter? Because this was kind of a thing recently, wasn't it, with Daniel Cormier and Joshua Vallejo. I'll get to your question in a second. Daniel Cormier was saying that you need to be a champion to get a spot in the Hall of Fame. What do you think, babe?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a prerequisite because what does that mean then? That means that if you're
That's
a
very
champion,
limited amount of people that could ever enter the Hall of Fame then.
yeah, but it just means if you become a champion, you're automatically in the Hall of Fame. Not necessarily, but you could make that argument. And I don't think that is a prerequisite. I think you need to have left a lasting impression on the sport. You had to make a difference. You had to be remembered. You had to stick out. You had to have some legendary fights.
Inspire people.
And I think when you look at Nick and Nate Diaz, they probably do fit that mold. So I would say, yeah, they belong in the Hall of Fame. Anthony, put that in a poll, please.
But they're not really like the best role models, though, are they? Are they the kind of people that you want in the Hall of Fame?
We're not here looking for role models, babe. People tune in to see people beat each other almost to
I
death
understand,
in 4-ounce gloves in
but
underwear.
I feel like that should be a prerequisite for someone being in the Hall of
Nah,
Fame.
nah.
Okay.
Mike, what's stopping Francis from charging Tyson in round 1? We've seen Tyson get dropped by seemingly weaker men. I can't imagine Francis wouldn't be able to land a flush shot going all out. The problem is, and I understand Josie Vallejo, but your question shows, with respect, your ignorance when it comes to this. It is the sweet science. It is a highly technical sport. You can't just swing like a maniac and expect to catch somebody with the skill of a Mike Tyson. Tyson Fury. If you were to do that, you leave yourself open for counters and all the rest of it. You know, it's not that simple. Now, I do think the plan for Francis Ngannou would be simple. If I was coaching him, I would tell Francis to engage in a clinch scenario, which will not be easy in itself. In that clinch, with the extreme power and the wrestling ability that Francis will have, which will be a massive advantage over Tyson Fury. Use that, bully him into the corner, and then from there, unload. And you never know, he could catch him. Big fan, all the love from Miladel Pinus. Is that someone having a laugh? Miladel Pinus.
Me little penis.
Oh, my little penis.
Big fan. Oh,
God
okay.
damn. Hello, Bisping. I need your advice.
Bispings.
Oh, Bispings. I need your advice. I'm going through a hard time at the moment. My pet's heads are falling off. Please, some kind words.
Kind words for Mike D.
Mike D. Has your pet died? Is that what we're saying?
What kind of times are you going through?
Well, his pet's head's fallen off. It's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Hey, Peter. Oh, what is it? Is it Peter?
Hey, pretty bird.
Hey, pretty bird.
My budgie was
Hey,
called
pretty
Peter.
bird. Hey, pretty bird.
I don't know what it was.
Pretty bird.
It was called.
Pet's heads are falling off. My little penis. We've done you. We've got members galore. Ajmani and Patrick Fleming. I'm going to wrap this one up in about 15 minutes, guys. Does your wife have an OnlyFans page?
No.
So, on the Diaz Hall of Fame question, and we've had only 250 votes almost. 72% of you say that both of them deserve to be in. Just Nick, 4%, 10%. Just Nate. We'll leave that up for a little bit and see how it goes. But that's an interesting one.
It's quite
Ant,
interesting.
good idea for a video. Good idea for a video.
Zossie says, don't shut down your wife like that.
I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. It's my YouTube channel.
There you go, Zossie.
This is my
This
studio.
is what I have to put up with.
Okay.
But I get Gucci bags sometimes.
You get a
so that's
Gucci
all
bag.
right.
I get a glass of water.
Take the rough with the smooth.
Exactly.
You get a glass of water? You're saying I don't provide for you?
You do. Anyway, what's your wife top 5 goats? Who are your greatest of all times?
Don't ask me MMA
It doesn't have to be
questions.
MMA. Your greatest of all time. Boom.
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question.
All right, who's your favorite?
Person ever in the whole wide world?
All right, musician. Favorite
No.
favorite artist.
I don't know.
What's he called from Pearl Jam?
Eddie Vedder.
That's your guy,
That's
right?
one of them, yeah. I'm enjoying Chris Isaac right now. I'm a bit late to the party, but
Chris
he's
Isaac.
good to listen to. I wouldn't say he's a goat though.
Yeah.
But MMA goats?
All right, MMA goat.
No.
Yeah.
Give me some clues.
This is what happens when you ask Rebecca.
Yeah,
a
don't ask
question.
me MMA questions. My mind just like
All
goes
right.
blank.
All right. 5 greatest humans of all
Yeah,
time.
that's so loaded. Okay, give me one of your favorite humans. Go.
All right. Favorite humans of all
Yes.
time. I'm going to throw
Come
one
on.
out there. I'm going to give it to you. Muhammad Ali.
Oh my god, that's the biggest cliche
Boom.
ever. Why?
Guy, what he did for the sport of
That
boxing.
I don't believe that. That's not true.
What he did for the sport of boxing was just
He's just
sensational.
saying that because he doesn't know what else to say. He
Um,
now.
Gandhi.
See, this is what I mean. No, someone who's like.
Greta Thunberg. Okay.
Don't ask us like deep and meaningful
What
questions.
that little Swedish bitch is doing for climate change is just. It's a joke.
He calls. I can't say it.
Don't say it.
I'm not going.
Don't
to.
say it.
Sorry.
It's a joke.
I
She's not a
know.
little Swedish bitch, but she might be.
Hey, at least she's trying to make a difference.
Oh, don't start with that. She's not. She's not trying to make a
She
difference.
is trying to make a difference.
She's-
Of course. Well, what is she trying to do?
I don't know what she's trying to do. She want to make
She's
a
not
difference.
trying to become famous. She's
No,
trying to.
she's famous.
Of course she is. So
Why don't you go over to China and demonstrate there and lecture them, and their pet's head will fall off along with her pet's
sure
head.
she would if she could.
No, she can't. They wouldn't understand her anyway. They'd be like, "What is she going on about? Chop her head off." Another top 5 person for me. You know, I was always moved by the strength of character and the changes that Nelson Mandela instituted. No, I'm joking. I tell you what, who one of my favourite people is, and I don't know him. I've never met him. He follows me on
You don't
Twitter.
know
though.
him, but you've never met him, but he's one of your favourite people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ricky Gervais. He seems awesome. He's one of like I don't know the guy. I'm very.
He seems like a very like nice, kind.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you very
human.
much. Ricky
Okay.
Gervais is awesome.
I'd steal his as well.
Follows me on Twitter. I don't get excited about that stuff, but that's one I was like, yeah, go on, Ricky, lads. 69% of people, yeah, the Diaz's should be in the Hall of Fame.
15% wasn't either of them.
No, well, 15%.
You didn't read that one out.
And yeah,
You just read out the ones that like you agreed with.
No, I don't. I read out the majority, the biggest score. They don't need to read the other ones.
There is. People want to know.
Yeah, and they can see it on their screen. I'm just saying the results from the poll, the winner of the poll. I'm reading the winner of the poll.
Well, I think you should read out its
John Fury is
entirety.
definitely in Michael Bisping's top 5, no man alive.
Nikola Tesla, Dustin Nance said you should be one of
Nikola
your
Tesla. Well, guess what? Reading a book about him, reading his autobiography as we speak. You know what I mean? I'm a very, very highly intellectual guy.
Wait, a biography.
Nikola,
He didn't write it.
No, a biography, sorry, not an
Right.
autobiography. All right, whatever, shut
So
up.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Do you know what? Nikola Tesla, though, he had quite the life. It's unbelievable. He was ripped off. He was scammed, all kinds of stuff. I haven't even got through it all yet. I've only read. I'll be honest. Do you want to know how much I read?
He's got ADD, guys. He can't see.
I'll tell you how much I read. I read as long as it takes to fly from Orange County to Las Vegas.
Not long.
Because I didn't have any headphones with me. And I thought I'll quickly download a book on my phone. And it's great. And I got to go back to it. But I haven't gone back to it since that flight. But it was very good. I read it for an hour. It was fantastic.
I'm going to have a think about my favourite people and get back to you.
DC, Bisping's favourite person ever is the same as mine. DC. Admit it. You love that son of a bitch. I do love DC. He's awesome. DC's great. Favourite person of all time? No. Jason Carney. You're very kind. Muchas gracias, amigo. I don't know if you're Spanish or Mexican or from South America. If you're not, deal with it. Thoughts on Sharupdin Magomedov? Did that one already. Why does that one keep popping up?
Some of them keep popping up and then some don't pop up at all. And then you get shit for not doing them.
Michael, do a talk to Quinton Jackson. We went through, we used to be very, very good friends. And then we went through a period of not having a relationship. And we still don't particularly have a relationship. But there's no hard feelings. Obviously, we were involved with the same manager and trainer who turned out to be quite the con man and ripped me off of a lot of money and then filled Rampage with a ton of shit. And then eventually he ripped Rampage off as well. So it kind of validated what I was telling him. So, you know, there's a lot of water under the bridge. I wish him all the best. He's a great guy. He was a great training partner. And he was a great human being back in the day as well. He really was. So our lives drifted apart. And it's a long, long story that I don't want to get into. I don't want to tell his business on here either. But I wish him the best. And we've exchanged a few messages. So there's no animosity or hard feelings. And I truly do. I mean, I was the biggest fan of Rampage. I really was. I was a bit starstruck, to be honest, and I thought he was incredible. And I was very honoured to be training with him and to call him a training partner because he was the man. Anyway.
Elliot McCormick says, BYM Pod, who voices the intro?
Oh, I'll tell you who it is. It is Ralph.
it?
It's Ralph Sutton, yeah. Ralph Sutton, he's one of the owners of Gas Digital, along with Luis J. Gomez, yeah. So, yeah, it's him. He voices it over. He did a good job, actually.
Yeah. Got a voice
yeah.
for it.
He's got a voice for radio. A face for radio. Lol, if Beck popped him out, the believers would lose their mind. You should have Rampage on the podcast. Or go on his. Has Rampage got a podcast? I had no idea. Makhachev Oliveira predictions. I think it'll be the same story. More than likely, I'm leaning towards him. But I do feel like Oliveira is one of those guys that you can't discount. You know what I mean? He's just got those balls. But more than likely, am I into drum and bass, garage, jungle? Some of it. I'm not a massive, drum and bass guy.
No,
the stuff I do like is probably, you would say, very commercial. You know, I do like Chasing Status. I think Chasing Status is fucking brilliant. Love their stuff. Anyway, should we wrap it up, babe?
Yeah.
Been going for a while. About 1,500 people coming through. We appreciate Shavkat, Ian, Gary. I don't think that will happen because... I don't think it'll happen because they train with each other. Peter Kay versus Ricky Gervais.
Which do you mean versus? Like, who's the
Well,
best?
if you had to choose one in terms of a stand-up comic, I mean,
1000% Ricky Gervais.
well, yeah, but Peter Kay's lovable though, isn't he?
So is Ricky.
Yeah, I know he is.
Says he's like one of your top
He is.
5 humans.
He is.
And now you're like even questioning whether Peter Kay is better.
I don't know what day it is.
You don't.
I've been hitting the head a lot. We've done all these questiones. All right then. So, Mike, let's be honest. Leon Edwards out wrestles Colby. By out wrestles, I think you mean stops the takedowns. There's a very, very good possibility of that. Very good. Rampage is called the Jackson Podcast. Oh, good. But you know, I think I saw that. Yeah, I think one of his kids is called Jackson. Hey, listen, I wish him all the best, man. There's no hard feelings. Andrew Schultz or Theo Von. Theo Von all day long. No offense to Schultz, but Theo Von. Theo Von's so unique, and he's got such it's a unique, original style of comedy. He's himself.
He's very authentic. It's not really, I mean, I'm sure it's an act to a certain degree.
No, of course it is. The British office is way better than the American, Miller Times says. It's not a question.
It's not a question.
It's not a question, it's a fact.
It's factual at this point.
The American office is entertaining, but it's a little bit obvious, and it's traditional, in-your-face comedy.
Not in your face. For American comedy, that's subtle.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you guys like it, because you see the value in that kind of comedy. However, the British one's just in a different league as far as we're concerned, but of course we're biased.
I was talking.
Sorry.
You hijacked.
I'm so sorry.
No, but the British one is iconic, and it is so subtle. Like, there's another show called Peep Show. If you haven't seen Peep Show, you need to watch Peep Show. It's on Netflix or one of the streaming services. It is fantastic. It is so funny. But
do you think Americans would like that?
But that's where I'm going. So Callum's my son, obviously. His girlfriend Josie, showed it to her, and she did not get it.
She felt uncomfortable because the camera is very close to their face, and they're often like talking right to the camera.
Peep Show's brilliant. We got to go back to Peep Show.
I would happily do that.
We're going back to Peep Show.
We quote Peep Show quite a lot.
Oh, yeah. Lampasander. Lampasander. Peep Show in Amsterdam. No, Peep Show in bloody... It's a TV show, you prick.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike? What is up? What is up with you today?
Nothing.
You're a little bit on edge today. He's a little grouchy.
What are you talking about?
I'm joking.
Mitchell and Webb in Peep Show. There you go, exactly. Bisping, please sell autographs someone. Well, that's a bit... I don't like to sell autographs. I will give an autograph. But as I said earlier, if you're in England, December 14th and 16th, London, Manchester, Tales from the Octagon 2. We will have Daniel O'Reilly, known as Dapper Laughs. He's a very, very funny comedian. He's going to be opening the show. I will then come out on stage. I will do my little bits and bats and tell a few anecdotes, and we'll have a good little laugh at my expense. It's not going to be talking about how great I am. We'll be laughing at me and taking the piss out of me. Then we will be joined by Tom Aspinall on stage. Then Paul Craig will also join us on stage. It's going to be like Michael Bisping does Jonathan Ross on the couch on stage with a comedian. We're going to have a few drinks. We're going to have a laugh. We're going to have some funny challenges. We're going to have some questions from the audience. Then we're going to do a meet and greet afterwards. So...
Are you going to get drunk this time?
I'll have a little loosener, a little livener.
Okay.
I'll get a little...
This will be interesting.
I'll have a little... I'll have a little...
A little livener.
A little livener. But yeah, do you think we'll do any US dates? Not yet. No. I did have Tales from the Octagon. The tickets aren't on sale yet, Fred. They go on sale on Tuesday. So keep an eye out on here and on my social media. I'll put all the links and stuff like that. Why don't you get Lee Evans? I mean, I would love Lee Evans as a guest.
I think it's a bit out of our league.
I think he's a bit out of my league, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's like a legit comedian and hilarious. Sounds like Rebecca will be there. Rebecca will be there.
Awesome. Will Rebecca be there?
Well,
yeah.
You won't come?
I'm coming.
Oh, right. You said that last time. Remember?
Yeah, but I know, but I wouldn't come this time, but I'm actually coming this time.
She's coming. Rebecca's going to be there in the building. So if you don't come to meet me, come to meet Rebecca.
I'm not meeting people, but I'll be there.
Yeah, she'll be there. She'll be there. She'll be there. Tales from the Octagon 2. Can you believe it? You know. So, right, guys, that's it. Thank you all for being here, all 1,400 of you and however many else there were. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favour, just click that button down there. And, yeah, that's it. That's it, guys and girls. Thank you very much. No man alive. Have a good night, Valtra. Michael, I respect you so much. You're a big example for the youth. What don't know nothing about you. Love and respect, salam.
Is Rebecca decorating for fall?
From the Netherlands.
No, I don't decorate for fall. That's a very American thing.
What do you mean, decorate for fall?
Like put up like a wreath on the door and stuff.
Well, maybe you need to be a bit more wife-ish.
I'm plenty wife-ish. I just don't decorate for fall.
Rebecca, low-key
Autumn.
more popular than Mike.
Yeah, not so low-key.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Well, thank you, Ryan Nixon
No,
65.
but you come on here a couple of times and they just want to see you. I get Anthony Smith on my podcast and it's now the Anthony Smith podcast.
It's
For
funny.
fuck's sake. What is the point? We've got a new member.
Woo.
Alj Manny. We did him before.
Oh.
All right. All right. USA wants to do their MMA. They believe they're Bruce Lee. What's that mean? Bisping, you're the girl. Oh, well, thank you, the Airbnbs. Hold me, Mike. Close. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks. We'll be back here with another one of these. One day next week, probably at the week.